Hey there, guys and dolls, cats and dogs, and everywhere in between. This is Cinema's Critics and Cynics, where we are consistently inconsistent. But you could always just look at our pretty faces. Talking to you, Delara.
The films might be good or bad, and the reviews happy or sad. I'm Dilara Yurtutan.
And I'm Sam Sarkeesian. Tonight, folks, we got a special one for you. Woody Allen, the prolific and seasoned Hollywoodie that he is, has blessed us with yet another one of his works, Midnight in Paris. His comedic genius parallels underlying key thematic elements that problem us every day.
Whether blessed or cursed is still up for debate. Your opinion, while unknown to you, isn't the only one that matters. Midnight in Paris is set in the dazzling city that Allen himself adores. Owen Wilson plays the main character, Gil Pender, who is a struggling screenwriter. Gil is in Paris with his fiancée Inez, played by Rachel McAdams.
They're on vacation with Inez's folks. Their relationship hits a few rocks in the path and turns into an eventual landslide when Pender takes his nightly unexplained visits to the 1920s. Predictable and dull, or revolutionary and riveting?
Well, I'll go with predictable. But before we start talking about the plot, I have to point out the dreadful opening. Now listen, I want you to tell me when you know where we are. The Prudential Center, and the Charles River,
Oh, I know.
Fenway Park, and Commonwealth Avenue,
Oh, this is easy. We're in.
Quincy Market, and Huntington Avenue,
I get it.
the public gardens, and the lovely tea.
Okay, I get it.
Frustrated yet? As were we with Alan's opening, not to give any spoilers or anything, but aside from being horribly boring, the first 5 minutes of the movie pretty much gives you the whole idea of what's coming.
The first 5.
Okay, 10. There's Paris, a struggling writer, not born in the right era, and rain. And then his dreams come true.
Let's not get so hasty. So you're telling me that from the opening dialogue and scenes from Paris, you got Gilwood fall out of love with his girlfriend, become infatuated with another girl, and travel through time. I guess we have a prophet on our hands, huh? Well, enough of the plot and opening. Let's take a closer look into Woody's cast of characters. His nostalgic Hollywood hack, Owen Wilson, gives us an intimate and pleasant performance.
But we're used to seeing Wilson in comedies, right? He's always the goofy one, yet Alan has taken that and tried something new. I still think of Owen Wilson as the goofy guy, and Alan, if anything, has kept my opinion.
If anything, Midnight in Paris showed Wilson is capable of a dramatic and humorous performance. Personified in Adriana's words as naive and unassuming, Wilson is constantly hesitant with his line deliverance and has an ideal mindset of dropping a stable life for passion. This allows the audience to truly see his massive internal struggle. Should I stay or should I go? Paris or Malibu? Inez or Adriana? Passion or pragmatism? His inflection and nervous body movement are a pleasant delight to the audience. Rachel McAdams, however, did not tickle my fancy.
Yeah, it was like a flashback to Mean Girls.
You didn't like Mean Girls? The limit doesn't exist, Alara.
Oh, the limit does exist, and McAdam goes way beyond it. She's just like Regina George, a bitch. She just hammers Wilson's every will with her snide comments.
You got that right. McAdams' performance may not have hurt the film, but it sure didn't help it. I saw very little depth, one dimension, if you'd let me go that far.
The script in combination with McAdams just didn't do it for me.
The only motivator for any of her lines was to contradict Wilson. If I wasn't supposed to like her, Alan sure did a hell of a good job with it.
I know, whether it's hating the rain, not wanting any part of Paris, or Pender's career change, it's not a surprise they aren't meant to be. The couple is, in the simplest words, incompatible. Even the City of Love and Romance doesn't do it for them.
In the words of Kathy Bates as Gertrude Stein, how can he not see that his wife is cheating on him? Now let's get to my favorite part, the ensemble. The 1920s artists are a quirky bunch beaming with historical accuracy. Hemingway suffers post-traumatic depression, hiding it behind his ego and strong opinions. Zelda's neurotic, and Picasso doesn't respond well to others' critiques. While the entire ensemble was entertaining, Alan's script keeping them afloat was unbelievable. Several scene transitions that took place in the past ended with hilarious one-liners that fully encompassed the scene. If Woody was king, Hemingway would be Alan's night of comedic relief. For example, in his drunken post-rejection comment to Adriana, "Who wants to fight?" had my side splitting. However, the real glory of Alan's ensemble was beyond all doubt their depth. They served as vehicles to Alan's overarching theme of pursuing your passion or being pragmatic with your life. Hemingway's monologue on his experiences during the war brings passion to a new light, stating that true passion is the only remedy to the fear of death. Woody Allen provides innumerable aha moments for the audience. It's simply splendid.
Yes, it's simply splendid. Can we talk about the actual meetings between the ensemble? The whole time travel thing threw me for a loop. Just get in the car and bam, you're there. Suddenly you're in a different time among the greats like Scott Fitzgerald, Ernest Hemingway, Picasso, and Gertrude Stein. Wilson's reaction when he's among them does not convince me at all. He is perplexed, yet it does not take much for him to be convinced that he's actually traveled to a different era. Allen took the easy way out. His main character seems to travel in time, yet all he merely does is get into a car when the clock strikes midnight. The director does not do anything in terms of editing other than putting the characters in clothes from the 1920s. There's nothing new or exciting.
But was it actually necessary for us to see how he traveled through time? It's irrelevant to Alan's goal.
Whatever you say, Sam. Now, all the movie magic doesn't have to take place between the director and his cast. Time to take a few steps into the unknown.
Behind the scenes?
You got it.
The cinematography and editing were nearly impeccable. Did I really expect anything less? Alan allows the camera to swoop through Paris and follow his characters through the city streets. It's definitely not a film of talking heads. The lighting complemented the mood. When Wilson is in bed trying to understand that he has just traveled through time, Alan gives the audience a dramatic one-sided lighting from above, only illuminating part of Wilson's face, highlighting the internal tension.
The costumes, convincing, yet the transitions through time, it seems to me more like a Halloween party. Yet a modern-day Halloween party would not have Cole Porter on the piano.
Alan scolds Cole Porter on multiple occasions. His lyrics only add depth to the cast. Something simple mystifies tells me, why should it be? You have the power to hypnotize me. The allusion to Pender's falling for Adriana is there in all caps, baby.
The movie's constant background of French music from the 1920s to the 1980s takes you on a different ride. You meet a different cast and set of characters. You are no longer among the Americans who complain about Paris's traffic, but among the lost generation. Overall,
Go
don't
see it.
Alan is capricious about what he's trying to say with the movie. On his midnight strolls, Gil mystifyingly finds himself in the era he wishes he were born in. He meets everyone he aspires to be in a fantasy world. Yet, is he telling you to live in the now, or that the past is better than the present? The vague transitions through time are the movie's theme. If you really love Paris, you probably don't feel the need to live it in the 1920s. Paris is just Paris. But if you do feel the need, the film may seem like the most amazing thing where your dreams do come true.
Debatable. Alan presents us with the universal problem of balancing our passions and highlights it in an interesting light. With time travel, lust, and confliction, we have ourselves a good Friday evening with our love bugs. And this is Cinema's Cynics and Critics signing out. Oh, look, it's raining outside. Can we go?
Why would you go outside in the rain?
When the little bluebird, who has never said a word, starts to sing spring, spring. When the little bluebell in the bottom of the dell starts to ring, ding, ding. When the little blue clerk in
I
the
bet you
middle
thought
of
we were
his
done,
room
folks.
starts
But
a
we're
tune
not.
to the moon up above. It is nature that's all.
There's Paris, a struggling
simply
writer
telling us to
who's
fall in
born in the
love.
who's not born in the right era and
We should do it again.
Why
no.
birds do it.
There's Paris, a struggling writer not born in the right
Even
era and
educated
rain.
fleas
And then
do it. Let's do it.
All his
Let's
dreams come
fall in
true.
love.
I thought you read ahead.
In
I gave you plenty of time to read the whole line.
I can't read ahead. I can't.
Even with the help of the
Lithuanians
see, that line's awkward. I knew it was. I knew it. Projection comment from Adriana. Oh god, that's just sorry. This long monologue is going to be the death of my
Amsterdam do it.
the onset.
Not to mention the Finns, folks in Siam
I think you need
do it.
to.
Think of Siamese twins, some Argentines.
I have Cole Porter on the piano.
Do it. People
Alan
say
Scholes.
in Boston even beans do it.
Sorry.
Let's do it. Let's
Hey,
fall in